Now this is why I always say when you're at Dollar Tree and you buy lights, and I thought I had this, I didn't do a pre-check. You always buy 2 packs. These come in a pack of 2s. And look, this one doesn't work. So we're going to take him gone. Let's see. Let's give it one more try. You can see how this is kind of weird. So this is a effective one, of course. Tried every which way. Doesn't go on. So anyhow, there are some words that scare me. They are pork. No, not pork. Pork fat, pork belly, lard, sourdough starter, and clear cachet. What do all those mean? Well, I didn't write it down. I was watching the video and I heard them. Pork fat, pork belly, and I forgot. Lard, pork lard, I don't know. But anyhow, they were talking about how back in 2030, how they stored meat. They would take pork belly, and we become vegetarians not by choice because we can't afford meat. So it just kind of grosses me out to think of a pork belly. That's pretty bad, but it's the way of the world. So they take a pork belly, which kind of looks like bacon, and they boil it down to pork fat or lard. And lard, I remember hearing the word lard. Is that like Crisco? Is Crisco lard? I don't know. But I think Crisco is the secret to how to make soft chocolate chip cookies and delicious pie crust. I've never made a pie crust homemade. I'd like to try, but who knows? Because this week that I was bragging about, well, maybe I was bragging about the week before, it's supposed to be nice and cool. The weatherman lied again. Oh, yeah. I forgot. We had to go somewhere yesterday. I don't even know where we went. I was so hot. Oh, yeah, to get my prescription that was still screwed up. So I paid twice a copay for just a few pills because it's screwed up. So the saga continues. But anyhow, this is going to be a mishmash of stuff. So anyhow, that's how they preserve their meat. Wasn't the Great Depression in 2020, yeah. 1926, I don't know, doesn't matter. Well, it does, it's important, it's history, but they're talking about how, people talk about, packing your 3-day bags and this and that and all that crap, and, 2020 to 2022, all they're talking. This person said they'd rather have their pork lard or whatever and do with their pork bellies what they may and store their meat and have their food and be able to sustain. But I don't know, it just sounds gross to me right now, but it's good stuff, I suppose. I remember my mom's husband being my uncle, because I was the mom that raised me. He would always keep bacon fat. Do you guys do that? I remember they put it in a can. Well, he did mostly. In a can, maybe a can of soup or something. The 17-cent can of soup. Wow, those days are long gone. And I believe they always just kept it out. Or no, maybe they put it in the fridge and took it out. I remember watching some older YouTubers who are now gone. I was going to do a memory of some YouTubers I watched that are gone. By the way, nobody answered me. Did you like the week of Aldi's? Let me know. Or don't. Anyhow, back to the story. Did I tell you? Oh, yeah. Did I say sourdough starter? I don't remember. I must have missed that one. But sourdough starter. I love sourdough bread. I don't like bread. I don't know if you know this about me. I'm going to do a video about things you don't know about me or you couldn't imagine that about me. But I love sourdough bread. I don't like bread. I never liked bread growing up. Only kind of bread I liked was like French or Italian or sweet and sour. I think it was rye bread. Yep. There was a specialty of my family. Well, my my nationality, and sourdough. And it wasn't the artisan sourdough they made. It was like, it almost looked like, you know how when you make banana bread and that kind of loaf, that's what it looked like. And it was delicious. And it wasn't white either. It was, I think it was rye sourdough bread. It was sweet and sour. I don't know what it was, but it was good. Anyhow, someone's talking about starter. And I think I touched on this in some videos about how my mom's friend had starter, and she always said she'd give me some of her starter. And she wanted me to come over and she'd teach me how to make sourdough bread and her homemade pickles. Because when my mom made homemade pickles, they turned into swamp water. But my mom, being my mom, she would take those pickles, wash them off, and still eat them. Not me. She would cut off mold off the cheese and eat it. Mold off the bread and eat it. She wasted nothing. But her friend, who lived a few streets down from me, was the kindest lady. So was my mom. But she would always offer, if you're running late, call me. I'll go to the house and get the kids off the bus and bring them to my place. She was so kind. But she made the best pickles, the best bread, and the best pies. And every Thanksgiving, she would always call and say, "Are you going to be home?" And she wanted to drop off a surprise, and they were the pies. She made apple too, but pumpkin out of real pumpkin. Again, she offered to let me learn, and there was no time, because back then I had so many kids, and they were so close in age. And it was when I had my first husband, and he was working a lot, and he really wasn't, not good, but he wasn't, about little kids. He didn't know much, so I'd have to take them all. My kids were all well behaved. I've been very lucky. So they could have came, but I thought, I don't want to bring all these little kids over and whatever, so I regret it now, because now I don't know how to do it. But once I might have touched on the story too, I got a packet in a farm market. It said to make your own pickles. One was dill, one was sweet. I made some. Of course, they had to be kept in your fridge, and not like you see people put it in these water baths. I have no idea what I'm talking about right now, but the water baths, and then they cook it or boil it, or I don't know, they do something, and then they take it out with tongs, and then it sits in the top has to pop, and then you put the rim on, and then you take it off, or I don't know what order, and then you store it. Well, I never do that, because I took a course in I forgot what it's called, it doesn't exist anymore, and I almost, it was terrible. Almost got rid of all of us by making it, and something didn't seal right. I don't know, it was sealed, but anyhow, not into that. So the pickles I made had to be kept in the fridge. Just like the jam I made, my grandmother, the mean grandmother, she taught me, it had to be kept in the fridge, but it was delicious. So anyhow, I wish I would have known, because I know you have to feed a starter for sourdough bread. I don't know if any other breads have starters. And yeast and I are not friends at all. My mom, I remember watching her make stuff with yeast breads, sweet breads, whatever you do with yeast, little Kimmel, is it Kimmel? No. Caraway, I'm talking half my language, half English. Caraway rolls, whenever she had leftover dough from something she was making, she'd make little caraway rolls, or tiny little things. And my mom never wasted anything, as I don't either, because I learned. She lived through hard times, so she knew. But she would put the yeast in, I think, like a measuring cup. She put water, yeast, and sugar, I believe, and I think she stirred it, and then you'd see it rise, and you had to catch it, because sometimes she was like me, a busy bee, and she forgot and would go over. But it all turned out. And I tried it, and yeast does not like me at all. I love yeast. That's nothing. I love homemade yeast bread, but yeast doesn't like me. But when I've been watching these YouTube videos, I see people put the yeast right in with what they're mixing, and I'd like to enter that world, because I love yeast. Anything with yeast. I can't say it right, but it's yeast. Y-E-A-S-T. I'd also, well, I can't. Yeast is too expensive. I'd like to experiment to try it that way, but I can't waste money. But anyhow, so if anyone knows how to do a sourdough yeast starter, but you have to start it unless you get it from someone, and all the someones are now long gone. So I would love to try to make not the artisan kind of bread. Back up. Not the artisan sourdough, that's way too hard. Just the regular kind that my family made, but all that generation is gone, so not sure how I'd figure it out. But if someone knew how to do a starter, I know it has to do with feeding it. And I think, I quick watched a video, and I think they were feeding it just flour and water. The yeast part was already there. They got the starter from someone else. So I would love to. Polly and I love sourdough bread. I'm able to eat it. I don't know why. I take little pieces and I have to mush it in my mouth until it melts, and then I'm able to swallow it. It's the only bread I could eat. But I love it, and it's very good for your gut. Any kind of fermented things like sauerkraut, which I've been wanting to make for you guys. It's a tradition in my nationality. I like to make sweet sauerkraut. Most people like it sour. I like it sweet. So that's good. It'd be good for Polly's tummy. So we've been buying sourdough bread lately. You don't always have it though, but it's a tad more expensive, but you can't put a price on my son's health. So he likes that. And then clear cache, or cache, I don't know, C-A-C-H-E. My phone kept saying blah, blah, blah when I tried to video, and it kept saying something about the storage, and then it said, I don't know, it said a button. I pressed on it, and it was in an area, and if you don't press the right button, you don't get to the right thing, and then you got to go through 10 steps to do the one step through all the 50 other steps. But if you go to the thing on the phone and find it, and it says advanced, if you press advanced, then you could just press on the thing and clear cache, or whatever it's called. I remember once they had a real good guy when I used to have a contract in a phone store back in the day before, you know who destroyed my credit life, everything. But I remember he told me, don't clear the other thing. I don't know what it's called. Don't clear, it's on the left-hand side on my phone, but I don't do that one. Only clear cache. But once I did an experiment, because I like to, experiment or look into things, and the more you know, the more knowledge you have, the smarter you are. So I cleared the cache, I cleared the next cache, I cleared the third cache, went back up to the first. Guess what? I had to clear it again. So basically, that's just like putting a Band-Aid on something. I probably could look it up, and I usually look everything up, but I didn't feel like it. I had such a horrible day with this heat. I'm still trying to, we went to the pharmacy, and then it wasn't the pharmacy, it's in the grocery store, but we had to get milk once again, and so we got milk, and we were lucky enough to find some sourdough, and we still have some hauls to do. I haven't filmed some. I'm still looking for the Aldi's haul. Polly has a haul to do. But let me know if you like that Aldi's week, because if you don't let me know, I don't know. I'm not going to do something again. I'm not going to do it unless I hear that you liked it. That sounded mean. I didn't mean for it to sound mean. I'm tired. The weatherman lied. It was so hot. I would have wore shorts. I wore jeans that were way too big. And that makes them even hotter. But anyhow, we want ice cream so bad. Both of us are craving ice cream. And with the freezer side of the fridge broken, we can't have it. And now the side of the fridge by the freezer that doesn't work, I think I mentioned it several times, is freezing stuff. So, and basically it's freezing and unfreezing and freezing, so that's dangerous. That's not food safety. And I was talking to someone today, she knows about my situation, and she said it's ridiculous that his father will not buy him a refrigerator when his father, she knows about him, is spending money like people drink coffee. That he can't give him what he needs, like the microwave, the fridge, shoes, boots, winter coat. I mean, he's a growing boy. He's still growing. I've taken care of all his needs, but it's getting to the point where everything's getting so expensive. Well, we won't go into that. But anyhow, yeah, those are just kind of phrases. I was watching some videos and I thought, quick, let me get on here and say those words, and maybe you know what I was talking about, the pork bellies and whatever. And if you know how to do sourdough starter, I know it's something to do with yeast, I'm pretty sure it is. But yeah, I'd like to learn. I mean, I can learn on the internet, but I'd like to hear from you guys in particular. Speaking of guys, well, that will be another vlog. So for now, it's a little this, a little that, put up for the weekend. It seems like not a lot of people are watching on the weekend. I don't know if that's true or not. Maybe when the weather gets colder, yeah, people will be on more. But so a little this, a little that. I have quite a few videos. I think I said in yesterday's video. Some other things coming up and all. And that's about it. A little this, a little that. And that's about it. So for now, don't forget to subscribe, like, hit the notification bell, be kind to people. You don't know what they're going through. Pay it forward if you can. Be the reason someone smiles today. And if you're at the Dollar Tree, always buy 2 packs of lights because you never know. This was a lucky one. Usually only 2 would work out of 4. But I got 3 out of 4. So I'm excited because this is like pumpkin month, right? Look at, oh, I have such arthritis. My hand is so hurting from holding the phone. But I can only imagine if I had a camera how it would hurt, but I'd love the hurt if I had a camera and a computer to use, but that's okay. I'm used to this. This is garbage to use. Anyhow, I'm excited about this month. Like I said, I cannot stand Halloween, but it doesn't matter. We don't go trick-or-treating. We can't afford to give out candy. People don't even come. Year after year, less and less people. But what will we do instead? I don't know. I had an idea what I want to do with Polly. I don't know if it will come to fruition or not, but we will see. But for now, you will see these candles, because that's my way of celebrating the month of October, the season of fall/autumn. That better hurry up and come. Mother Nature, wake up, summer's gone. So for now, if you made this far, thanks. Don't forget to share videos, please. We're trying to grow the channel. Okay, I hope I hear from some of you about all these things, because, you know, I don't mind doing things like that. And if you want to do a Q&A, you can ask us some questions. I am going to do a video that someone asked about a question, and I will be doing the video. I don't know what happened to the person. Haven't heard from them in a while, but I'm still going to follow through. They ask, and I shall deliver. So for now, hope you're doing well. Hope you have nice, cool weather. And, I still have the portable air going, which I shouldn't because it's supposed to be fall and it's supposed to be 50 degrees, but it's not. And it was 70, like, 4 and too hot for this Sandy Mom. So for now, thanks for watching. Bye.